Hey guys, today Verizon had their new CES 4G conference, and I'm going to be talking about what actually went on in that conference, as well as what news is actually swirling around the iPhone on Verizon based on this conference. I found a pretty good article that I'll link in the description for you guys from CNET, but as you can see, the title says Verizon at CES, no iPhone yet, but 10 first wave 4G LTE devices. So as you guys know, the Verizon and many other cell phone companies are actually moving towards 4G instead of 3G now, which is much faster. And it is the actual network of the future. And today, Verizon had their official conference for the LTE, announcing their first round of devices that are going to be available with this 4G network. Um, the devices that actually got released, pretty much I noticed have been smartphones, tablets, mobile hotspots, and some laptops. Mostly the focus was on smartphones and tablets, mainly because the tablets were to bash the iPad and the smartphones were to bash other smartphones such as the iPhone and other carriers. As far as the smartphones go, the devices, I'm going to read them off. One of them was the LG Revolution, which is LG's first 4G smartphone. It's got 4.3-inch touchscreen, Android 2.2, 4G capability. The second one was HTC's first LG smartphone, or LTE smartphone for 4G, the HTC Thunderbolt. That also has a 4.3-inch display, a 1 gigahertz processor, Android 2.2, and the HTC Sense UI with HD video recording. Thirdly, Samsung's Galaxy Tab, which I know you guys know about, clearly to bash the iPad with 4G capability. The Motorola Droid Bionic, which is going to be a dual-facing camera phone with an 8 megapixel camera and a 4.3-inch screen with a 1 gigahertz processor. And finally, the Motorola Zoom, which is going to be a 10.1-inch tablet on Android Honeycomb, and it's going to play 1080p HD video, Adobe Flash Player, have 2 megapixel camera for video chat, 5 megapixel camera for HD video recording, and 4G connection. And so yeah, overall those smartphones aren't really anything special besides the 4G connection, as I recently got a Droid X and it has pretty much the same capabilities, but the tabs, like the tablets, are actually very cool. The Zoom XOOM, as I discussed, is pretty cool, and it actually seems like it will be able to compete with the iPad. And Android Honeycomb also, as I mentioned, is going to be getting released, which is cool. And finally, the notebooks that they're releasing is the HP Pavilion and HP Compact notebooks. Those are simply with 4G connection, nothing special besides that. But overall, those are pretty much the smartphones, tablets, and notebooks that got released at the LTE. That we are going to probably be seeing those in the mainstream soon. And finally, the last thing, as I mentioned before, is 4G hotspots. They're releasing MiFi's using 4G, which is pretty interesting and it's just good overall, nothing special. Um, and so those are all what is released. And what does this have to do with the iPhone? It is surprising that Verizon did not release the iPhone at this conference or didn't even mention it. I don't think it's really that surprising that Apple hasn't said anything about it either. People are expecting, and even this article says people are expecting it to come out in February, which is the supposed time that all of these devices are going to be rolling out to the mainstream. And I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, I'm not going to be getting it because I recently got a Droid X, but I'll do reviews and stuff like that. And I probably will eventually get it for you guys, but hopefully it comes to Verizon soon. Apple will probably announce it at their event, if not in June at the latest. But hopefully this video helped you out and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please visit my website and follow me on Twitter, which greatly helps me out, as well as like me on Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe and rate thumbs up on my YouTube channel and this video. And hopefully I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.